The question is, what should you use? The most people watching this video are not professional players. So the problem is there's like a few percent, not everyone, it's like 2 or 3%. They're clueless. They go on a video, they copy a code, they lose because they're bad at the game and they start crying and they blame their tactics. If you're watching this and you change your tactics every single week thinking that's the solution, you will never get better at the game. I'm going to tell you straight facts. Listen, no one's going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you, you are never going to improve. If you want to try different formations out every single week, be like, you know what, do I like this one? Then you'd be like, okay, you know what, a box to box and a playmaker with a deep line play. I like that. But maybe, for example, you don't like, let's say, for example, you did try 1 week the playmaker, the box to box and the deep line playmaker build up. But let's say, for example, you didn't like the high depth, or let's say you wanted counter. The idea is we give you different systems and you do what works for you. You know, with the pro players is different. You know, you even see the pro players, they don't just use the same tactic. You know, Yilmaz, for example, some pro players may, for example, put all three on box to box. Some player might put, for example, one of these players, for example, who you might see is very, very common, put one of these players on a winger, two of these players on a box to box. And then, for example, they might put one of these players on stay back. It all depends on player to player, and that's why every pro tactic is slightly different. Is there, yes, one overarching formation that probably dominates? Yes, but again, as I mentioned in that video, the 4-5-1, as I mentioned a few days ago, you have to understand where the left mid and the right mid, where do they play, how do they play, what you should be looking for. If you're not playing the same way pros are playing, then the 4-5-1 is not magically going to change your performance. And thanks for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace.